What if divine favor isn't a blessing, but a brand that marks you as both sacred and sacrificial? In Kissed by the Gods, Caty Rogan delivers a mythic fantasy romance that shatters the pedestal of godhood, proving that immortals are not benevolent saviors, but capricious forces whose touch burns as often as it heals. This isn't just another tale of mortal-divine entanglement. It's a lush, emotionally searing exploration of agency, desire, and the terrifying cost of being chosen when choice was never yours to make. From the first incantatory narration, listeners are swept into a world where temples are gilded cages, and prayers are negotiations with beings who see humans as vessels, not people. Perfect for fans of Romantasy, Greek-inspired retellings, and stories where love is an act of defiance against cosmic design, this audiobook serves up intoxicating prose, moral complexity, and a connection so forbidden it feels like stealing fire from the heavens themselves. When temple acolyte Lysandra is marked by the storm god Caelin during the rite of ascension, she expects spiritual elevation, not possession. But as his power courses through her veins, rewriting her body and binding her fate to his whims, Lysandra realizes the kiss of the gods is less benediction than invasion. Yet within the violation lies an unexpected truth. Caelin is as trapped by his divinity as she is by her mortality, his arrogance masking eons of isolation and longing. Rogan masterfully avoids romanticizing coercion. Instead, she crafts a narrative where consent is reclaimed through resistance, and intimacy emerges not from submission, but from mutual recognition of shared captivity. The audiobook narration amplifies this emotional alchemy, capturing Lysandra's fierce interiority and Caelin's fractured majesty, with focal textures that make every charged silence feel like rebellion, and every moment of tenderness feel hard-won. You don't just hear their story, you feel the weight of celestial chains and the electric spark of two souls daring to forge something human within the divine. What elevates Kissed by the Gods beyond typical mythic romance is its unflinching examination of power dynamics disguised as destiny. Caelin isn't redeemed by love alone. He must confront the violence inherent in his nature and relinquish control to earn trust. Lysandra isn't passive in her transformation. She weaponizes her connection to him, demanding autonomy even as her body betrays her with unwanted pleasure. Their bond evolves through friction and revelation, tense rituals that double as psychological duels, stolen moments of vulnerability in shadowed sanctuaries, and confrontations where theology clashes with raw humanity. Supporting characters add crucial texture: fellow acolytes whose devotion masks envy, priests who exploit divine mandates for political gain, and minor deities whose petty rivalries mirror mortal struggles. Every interaction reinforces the novel's core truth. True union requires equality, and equality cannot exist where one holds the power to unmake the other. Even the magic system serves thematic depth, with divine gifts carrying curses that force characters to question whether transcendence is worth the loss of self. For audiobook listeners, this production is an immersive sensory ritual. The narrator embodies Lysandra and Caelin with distinct vocal signatures. Lysandra's voice carries steel wrapped in reverence, while Caelin's resonant timbre trembles with suppressed yearning beneath thunderous authority, making their chemistry palpable even in conflict. Sound design enhances atmosphere without overwhelming intimacy. Distant chants echoing through marble halls, the crackle of lightning during emotional breakthroughs, the hushed rustle of silk in clandestine meetings, all anchor mythic stakes in tangible reality. Pacing mirrors the rhythm of sacred transgression, deliberate during moments of ritual and reflection, then surging with urgency as boundaries dissolve and consequences loom. Whether you're navigating daily routines or drifting into dreams, the audiobook creates a transportive soundscape that makes the divine feel dangerously intimate. It's storytelling as embodied invocation, transforming passive listening into active participation in a love that defies cosmic law. Ultimately, Kissed by the Gods redefines mythic romance by centering female agency within hierarchical structures. It satisfies genre cravings for fated mates and supernatural stakes while delivering substantive commentary on bodily autonomy, religious trauma, and the courage required to redefine sacredness on human terms. No prior series knowledge is needed. It stands confidently as a complete emotional journey. If you've ever wondered whether love can exist across impossible divides, or if devotion requires surrendering your soul, this audiobook will affirm that true worship begins with honoring the self. Press play, step into the temple, and prepare to believe that sometimes the most divine act is claiming your own humanity. Your next favorite romantasy isn't waiting in obedient praise. It's waiting in the brave, trembling choice to kiss back on